Hello and welcome to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. Go ahead and find a comfy spot and settle in, because for the next few minutes we're going to take you on some adventures that are just a short car ride away. So put your feet up. We're going to do all the driving for you. Let's go. Ready for an adventure that truly takes flight? The new Navy Simulation Museum is your ticket to letting your imagination soar and perhaps deepen your appreciation for our United States Navy. This destination is more than a road trip, it is an aviation adventure.
You can now take to the skies at Sands Point Preserve without ever leaving the ground.
It was so good that I love it so much.
The brand new Navy Simulation Museum attracting rookie pilots and seasoned vets.
I wish I could have used a simulator on ships because we had to figure out where we are by the sun, moon, and stars.
During the 1950s and 60s, this space was a naval training device center and now showcases the history of military simulation.
This is literally the space where these technologies were developed and then shipped out to naval stations across the country.
And you can really get an idea of just how far flight simulators have come here at the museum, as they've got one of the newest simulators here for you to check out, but also one of the first.
It really is in some ways like the Model T, so to speak, of flight simulation.
One of the most amazing things I've ever done. We have to continue to respect our country and the veterans and all the people that served.
The hope is that this look to the past will inspire future generations.
If by visiting a museum like this, a young person were to become interested in one of those career areas, that would be the win.
I guess that's also a great option for people who are afraid to fly. Well, Thanksgiving may be behind us, but cranberries are here to brighten our tables all season long. Becky Saran brings us to Connecticut's only cranberry bog to show us the beauty of the harvest.
Welcome to Connecticut's only cranberry bog.
This is a 2.5 acre field of cranberries that we're in right now.
You may be wondering, where's the water? The flooded field we typically think of. This is a dry harvest bog.
For the most part, the fresh cranberries that are sold in supermarkets are harvested the way you're seeing here. And that's because this handles them much better from a quality standpoint.
Keith Bishop comes from a long line of farmers and is the owner of Killingworth Cranberries.
I guess I got suckered into the tradition. This is my retirement farm.
You're not going to be relaxing on the sofa, kicking up your feet in your retirement, are you?
No, not at all.
How many are you able to pick a season?
So last year I had my best crop ever. I had about 30,000 pounds that we picked out of this.
It's a lot of cranberries. These ruby reds are called Scarlet Knights. They grow only on low-lying woody vines.
And what kind of soil do you need for these types of cranberries?
Basically sand. We brought in 8 inches of sand from sand nearby in the Connecticut River.
The bog is flooded in the winter.
During the winter time, I do flood this for winter protection for the plants from extreme cold temperatures.
The fields bloom in June. They're picked in late September, early October.
And when these sacks are filled, I take it off and drop it on the side, put on another sack and keep on going. After that is sorting all these little berries and getting out the bad ones and putting them into the packages to sell.
A field to fork crop that for Keith Bishop has its roots in the land.
One of my desires and always is working to promote agriculture and to protect the resources that we have. The land is important.
I can definitely eat cranberries all year long. Well, you know those claw machines that everyone thinks they can win the prize from, but they can't? Well, road trippers, it's your redemption time. We're heading to ClawCade with the Little Laniers, where the claw craze gets supercharged. Remember those claw game machines that no one could win, but they were in tons of restaurants and gas stations? Well, now they're impossible to find.
Unless you come to ClawCade at Roosevelt Field Mall. It's like a utopia of claw machines. There were almost 100 claw machines to choose from. Oh, I want to do that one! too, but we're here to unbox the fun.
And on these games, they fix them so you can actually win instead of wasting your money. Come on. Yes! Come on. Yes! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Just load cash on your card and grab the fun.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah!
On weekends, take the challenge up a notch with tap tournaments. Whoever gets the most taps in the game room wins 10 free plays.
If you don't like the plushie that you win, you can exchange it for a new one at the prize wall.
Sure, what would you like? Yes! Woo-hoo. Uh-oh. However, if you're really bad at games, you can just buy the prizes without ever playing.
Oh, so cute! Yes! Daddy got it! But there's no shortage of winners here. Yay! Oh, no!
Now that's the only place I want to play the claw game because I can actually win there. The Bronx Zoo is lighting up the season with its dazzling Holiday Lights Festival. From glowing lanterns to sparkling ice carvings, it's a holiday tradition packed with spectacular shows, interactive fun, and memories for the whole family.
I'm Heather Fordham, and we're taking you on a road trip to the Bronx Zoo Holiday Lights Spectacular. Come along with us.
It's the sign of the season. Millions of twinkling lights are illuminating the Bronx Zoo for a decades-old holiday tradition in New York City.
We originally started doing the holiday lights in the 90s, and technology has changed so much. The lighting effects have changed so much. So 6 years ago, we started again.
While the animals sleep, life-size lanterns come alive. Nearly 100 species glow throughout the paths of the African safari, while nets of blue lights take you under the sea.
You see dioramas here that are made of lighted sculptures, and they all tell a story about species that we work with and areas in the world where we work, trying to protect species and the places where they live.
Wildlife stilt walkers take to the trails as a synchronized musical light show welcomes visitors to the zoo center.
Colorful stepstones and color-changing flowers that you can tap and change the light. These are some new fixtures throughout the zoo.
The displays also preserve the past, shining light on the zoo's 125th year anniversary.
So all throughout this season, we had special graphics, special setups where we kind of hallmark different milestones that we achieved over those 125 years, either with different animal species or saving and protecting landscapes.
Roast your own s'mores and an ice carving station are added bonuses to complete the family-friendly holiday experience.
You're in this beautiful park, you're in the middle of the city, but you don't have that feeling. You feel like you're out in nature.
The holiday lights are open to the public on select nights from November 22nd through January 5th.
I love this Christmassy time of year.
Get ready for a holiday classic like you've never seen before. The most famous reindeer of all is lighting up the theater at Maritime Aquarium in Norwalk.
Rudolph!
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer!
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer!
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer is shining in an all-new 4D experience, inviting you to join him in this epic adventure to save Christmas.
I don't know what we would have done without Rudolph.
In this 4D experience, you'll be right in the heart of Rudolph's journey. When young Rudolph is teased for his glowing red nose, he sets off on a brave quest away from Christmas Town, encountering new friends and overcoming challenges. Using the same beloved stop-motion animation, this 4D adventure goes beyond the screen, adding special effects like bursts of wind, gentle snow, and even the sense of the season. It's an experience that brings Rudolph's world to life all around you, making it feel like you're part of the story. Dive in and relive the magic of Rudolph's journey with a whole new holiday sparkle.
Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Welcome back to Road Trip. I'm Shannon Lanier. Get ready for an adventure that's roaring with excitement. Step into a safari-themed wonderland where kids of all ages can let their imaginations run wild. From paintball battles to virtual reality adventures, interactive bowling to indoor mini golf, this family arcade center has something for everyone. So grab your 3D glasses and dive into the action with our Nikita Ramos. It's the perfect spot to make unforgettable family memories.
It's a safari adventure to a land not so far away. Actually, it's just a road trip close to home that'll feel like a fantasy. Joan and Walter King is the mother-son duo that owns this brand new location of Little Kings and Queens Fun Place in Cortland Manor.
You're going to see a staff at every station. They kind of just walk in and then we kind of take care of the rest. We almost offer like a white glove service for children's entertainment.
And a one-stop shop for all the action a kid could ask for. Walk in and play by the hour among dozens of activities set in a scene of a stimulating safari.
Jungle! Jungle, dinosaurs, animals. I just love the thought of Africa. I always wanted to go there. So that's how I came up with this jungle theme.
The youngest explorers tend to flock toward the soft playground. That's where they can run wild on a 3-story jungle gym. Or how about racing your friends on your favorite dino? Maybe you want to channel your inner jumping beam and even nail a jump shot.
We're big on just creating an experience locally for the kids to remember for a lifetime.
And if you're really in it to win it, challenge your friends at a game of mini golf, maybe interactive bowling, or even a twist on paintball.
Gel Blast is just a new technology that came to the area. We're the first ones in New York with it. Think of it like Fortnite, but in real life. Kids from about 6 years old all the way up to young adults can enjoy it. So we're trying to get kids off of the game and actually into the store.
And we're just scratching the surface here because there is so much more than meets the eye.
Can you guess what this is? This is an immersive theater, and it really touches all of your senses, bringing this Jurassic experience to life.
And as you're riding through it, the chairs are doing all different types of movement. It's blowing heat, it's blowing cold air, it's blowing water.
There is so much more to explore for yourself, where the little ones will truly feel like the king and queen of the jungle on this road trip close to home.
Forget the kids, I want to go have fun there too. Well, America's first Hall of Fame stands as a tribute to the minds and hearts that have shaped our nation. The Hall of Fame for Great Americans is more than a monument. It's a national treasure, celebrating the vitality, creativity, and intellect that define our country's strength. Our own great American, Dan Serafin, takes us to Bronx Community College.
The Hall of Fame for Great Americans was made to honor the people that shaped America, and its home is right here in the Bronx.
It's our history, it's our culture, it's the way that we honor people who have made significant contributions to American life.
Bob Grunfest's father was in charge of the exhibit during the 1970s. Touring it now, the history teacher still discovers new things.
It was something like another adventure.
This story goes back to the late 1800s, before the words Hall of Fame were even a thing. On May 30th, 1901, the first ever Hall of Fame, yes, even before baseballs in Cooperstown, got its start. This is the first.
This is the first. This is the first Hall of Fame in the U.S. history. It's the Hall of renowned people who helped form this country from what it was to what it became. We got people all the way from George Washington to Horace Mann in education, to Booker T. Washington, to Harry Beecher Stowe, all the way through to the Wright brothers.
There's men and women from all walks of life honored, each with a special role in our country's history. Names like Adams and Jefferson, Einstein and Graham Bell, they're all here.
Lafayette, he's the only non-American here, and they felt because of his role in the American Revolution that they wanted to have a bust for him here.
In total, there's nearly 100 of these busts honoring great Americans. If you'd like to visit, it's absolutely free, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to visit on a weekend, the college asks that you simply call and make a reservation in advance.
If you love that road trip, get ready, history buffs. We're taking you back in time to Freehold, New Jersey, to a new exhibit that brings the Revolutionary War into sharp focus, revealing what life was like for residents before the nation's fight for independence.
Welcome to the Monmouth County Historical Association. The Monmouth County Historical Association was founded in October of 1898, and this year we're celebrating 125 years of interpreting, protecting, and promoting Monmouth County
All
history.
this history, right?
On June 28, 1778, the Battle of Monmouth was fought here. On the site of this very building, very tired Continental troops rested the day after the battle. And this was the longest battle of the American Revolution. Even though it was somewhat inconclusive in a military sense, we started to think that maybe we could fight against the mightiest empire in the world, the British Empire. This is our brand new exhibition, On the Edge of War, Monmouth Before the Revolution, which puts into perspective what everybody was thinking and feeling before the revolution broke out, and how Monmouth is the perfect example of why the revolution started. So we're introducing people who were living in Monmouth, the different kinds of things that were coming into the county, what kinds of things people were doing for a living, the types of individuals who were living here. And so people will get a real background into why the American Revolution happened.
My name is Catherine Hendrickson. My husband Garrett is a fine farmer and a good provider.
Here on the second floor we have 3 different galleries. We have a gallery furnished as a typical Monmouth County middle-class house in the mid-18th century. And this gallery is a preview of the strongest story that the collection tells, and that's the story of the American Revolution. And then right across we have the documents, because the stories got written down. And we also have a huge library and archives, so we pulled out a lot of our pre-Revolutionary War documents, including some dating to the mid-1600s. History is a guide, it's a rudder, it's a warning, it's encouragement, and it's also hope. And history is amazing. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it breaks your heart. It does all of these things because history is made by people, and people are amazing.
Welcome back to Road Trip. Time travel may not be possible yet, but the Canton Historical Museum offers the next best thing. Step into a Victorian winter wonderland with photojournalist Lori Goliath. Let history and the wonders of the season come alive.
We're in the Canton Historical Museum, which is located in the Collinsville section of Canton, Connecticut. It is part of the factory building for the Collins Company that began in 1826. This building's 1867. They made axes, machetes, pickaxes, bayonets. They made all kinds of edge tools, and were the largest edge tool maker in the world at one time. The Gallery of Trees, it's the 17th year, and it's our major fundraiser. And people, individuals and businesses, will donate decorated trees, which then is open for about 3 weeks, that people can come and they can just look at the trees, take pictures of the trees or themselves in front of the tree, and then they can buy tickets and try to win one of their favorites.
If your number is drawn, then you win that tree, which you can take home with you.
It's amazing what people come up with, and I think every single one of them is different. I think it just gets everybody in the Christmas spirit, but it doesn't, not all the trees are actually Christmas themed. This brings a lot more people into our museum, which is great, so they get to see what else we have here. There'll be a lot about the Collins Company, several rooms. We also have a barber shop, a blacksmith shop, a children's room, a general store, and then upstairs we usually have some rotating exhibits and a wonderful train diorama, I would call it.
For that lovely diorama, we thank the Farmington Valley Model Railroad Society.
The front section is Collinsville and the Collins Company, and they have a whole back section that's different parts of the country that they work on. So we have a woman in town, Gail Bova, and she makes their paper mache, their Santas, and different Christmas-themed items that are made from chocolate molds and ice cream molds. And she brings them in every year. They're hand-painted, they're beautiful. Yeah, definitely come. It is such a fun time.
Ah, just a beautiful place. Well, if you saw some places that you would like to visit, remember everything you need to know about all of our road trip stops is on news12.com and the News 12 app. Thanks for coming along on this week's road trip. Make sure you come back next week for more stops around the region. And if you have some road trips that you would like us to take, please send us your ideas. And please keep those fantastic road trip photos coming in. We may even feature you on an upcoming episode. Until next week, stay Safe travels.